VFX and chill. Well, good luck chilling once I activate the VFX and kill switch. You have 20 minutes to complete this expensive visual effects shot chosen by your own viewers. I'm not evil. I'm just the messenger. Also, I lied. I am quite evil. If you do not finish, there will be consequences.
Oh my goodness, that was unusual. Oh, hey Michael, how you doing? I'm doing all right. So this is a little unusual. I want to double check from our chat if everyone can hear you. I think you're unmuted now. I've got a weird setup going on today. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, things are all new.
They are,
I
but
can
it
hear
seems
you.
like there is
See if
someone
the chat
trying to
can.
take over our stream here. That was the evil Dr. Generic. He is a character who likes to come by and mess with our show, or he is now anyway. But anyway, I am Hashi, and over there is Michael Zalapsky. Seth Worley cannot join us this week, but this is VFX and Chill. We are trying to stream to multiple of our Maxon channels today. So if you've never seen us before, hello. And if we are under a weird title or something like that, then I messed something up. All things are possible when it comes to VFX and Chill, but today we are having a very exciting episode of the VFX and Kill Challenge where I will be tasked with trying to recreate random visual effect shots with a 20-minute timer on screen. I will sometimes succeed and likely spectacularly fail in public, which is one of my favorite things to do. Michael, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm just excited. Last time we did one of these 20-minute challenges, it was one of the most fun episodes. So I have high hopes.
Excellent.
And for those who are wondering what my shirt is saying, it's from a very famous movie
I love that.
called The Dune or The Sandworm
Called
or
Dune,
The Sand
yeah.
something. I don't know.
Something with sand.
Something about sand.
And I did also want to say Happy Canada Day from Prince Edward Island here. I acknowledge that we are on the unceded and tribal lands of the Mi'kmaq people. But I know that you have an American holiday coming up, one of the big ones on Monday. So we'll wish everyone a happy Independence Day in the U.S. preemptively as well. And then, what do you say, Michael? Do you think we should dive right into this challenge so people can see how it works?
I think we should.
All right.
I think we should.
Sounds good. Well, Doctor, let's see what you've got in store for us.
You have 20 minutes to complete this visual effects shot. If you do not, I will drown this baby goldfish. The timer starts now.
Wait a second. Okay, I have 20 minutes to recreate this shot, or I guess he's going to drown a baby goldfish.
Drown a baby goldfish. That seems like a tricky thing to do.
That's an unusual threat. But I better get started. So here I have a little web browser full of a bunch of pages that I'll probably be using throughout the episode. I have PX here, which is a great free of copyright image search engine. Our lovely partners at Action VFX and Production Crate, who both provide amazing assets that can help to really quickly build together visual effects shots. I've also got story blocks here in case we need some random stock footage to fill out one of these things. Mixamo.com and Sketchfab. These are the resources I like to use often for things, but I've used up a whole minute of time just doing that. So
the minute's already gone.
Let's jump over to PX here, and I would, on this shot, start with an airport image in the background. I think that's a reasonable way to start. I didn't mean to click on that image. Let's see here. What do we got? We got that looks this runway one looks kind of good. Maybe. What do you say? That could be a
I
similar
think you could
enough
have
background.
a plane in front of that, yeah.
All right. I'm going to download this for free as a guest, And let's save that here in our elements folder. We'll call this airport. And then I happen to have the Jetstrike Video Copilot package for Element, and I'm going to see if I can just do the laziest version of this, which is just to, oh my gosh, organize your files better, people, if you want to do stupid challenges like this. Where did I save that? I saved it as the airport, right? Airport. And it's a very big image, I think. It's over 4K. Yikes. Okay, so let's scale that down first of all. Is the camera moving in that first one? It is. Yeah, there's like it's a whole... camera's really moving around and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a 3D layer. I'm going to add a camera, and I'm going to press enter, and then I'll push this back in space a bit. Let's try full quality in case that still reads. I'm going to push this abstractly back like a couple thousand pixels. Usually that makes it so it won't, that it'll feel like a far background object. Let me scale up this background image so it's about that big, and that way I'll have this far away plane. I'm also going to use one more trick, which is I'm going to take this anchor point, and I'm going to press Y so I can set the anchor point way down here right next to that kind of the horizon line, as it were, in this, or really the intersection of, stuff and ground. And then I'm going to duplicate the whole layer, and now I'm going to rotate a copy of it 90 degrees flat like that. And now I can take this bottom one and stretch it. Whoops. I mean to grab just this, the middle. Maybe I'll press F11 to switch myself to a better view so you can all see what I'm doing here. So basically I've laid out the images like this with an intersection point right at that ground level. So if I take just this point and stretch that out, now I've got this sort of weird extruded, not really 3D, but makes it so I can like look around a little bit. Let's see if this works. There we go. So we got a bit of a ground plane and a thing. The ground plane probably won't matter too much, but let's add our airplane. My default comp in After Effects, and you can set a default comp in After Effects by going to, I think it's, where is it, Michael? It's in your preferences, new project or something. I have one that always has a solid with element on it because it's one of the most frequent things that I use. And so let's jump into here.
Makes
Let's go
sense.
to the scene setup. And how much time we got? We got 15 minutes. Okay. I'm going to go to my Jetstrike pack and let's see what.
That looks about
That's
right.
fine. That's fine. All right. I'm going to say okay. Oh, actually,
enough.
while I'm in here, let's go to the environment. A lot of the airplane is pretty reflective, and so a lot of its look is going to be defined by what the environment is. I'm going to say it's, a sunny day kind of thing. Sometimes I jump in here and just adjust the input levels. And let's say okay. And that should put my plane right here. Great. I got a plane, and now I got to create a group for it. So let's put that right here. Here's the group null for it. Now I can move it all around. All right, so here's going to be the interesting part. Let's see, I think this by default, I have way too much ambient occlusion on here, and I'm going to go to my physical environment, and you know what, I might add some additional lighting. Let's add some natural, no, I don't know, cinematic light to this. That's too extreme. That's too exciting. Really just want like
Yeah. Natural daylight sort of look.
natural. Okay, interesting. Let me see what happens if I rotate this natural lighting landscape. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
That
Yeah.
background is sort of like an overcasty, kind of cloudy look in here. So we got something going on here. And now I'm going to try something else. I noticed that I don't like that the anchor point of the plane is up here. I'd actually rather it be right in the body. I often, for planes, like
Yes.
having an anchor point up above it because then when you rock it, the plane actually does a bit of that, you see? Like that's good for
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
aerodynamics, but not good for this specific shot where it's not behaving with any aerodynamics. So I'm going to jump back into my scene setup. I want this null to be right in the center. So let's rotate around to this side, move the plane kind of up, and I'm going to try to put the center of the wings kind of in the center too. And I'm going to say, okay. So now we got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you, it's some movies I've seen where they've got like helicopters flying around, and the pivot point of the helicopter is in the wrong spot, and it takes me out of a movie so fast.
Like it rotates around like the cockpit instead of
Yeah.
Amateurs.
Or like it's at the bottom of the helicopter instead of like, because where the rotate point is like basically right near the rotors, and it's just looks wrong.
Oof. There are some deform objects in here that I'm going to grab. I'm going to try checking bend, and just yes, it's even the correct one immediately. Look at
works.
this.
Just immediately right there. Bam-o.
Okay, boom. Okay, so bend angle.
Like that, Dr. Generic.
Let's say, let's add a math formula. Let's add a math dot sine. I'm so sorry, I can't zoom in. Math dot sine of time. Probably time times maybe 3 or so. And that times, I don't remember what the bending parameter is. It's an angle. So I'm going to say maybe 15 degrees of bend. On a sinusoidal pattern. Let's see what that looks like.
And nope.
Not enough. Okay,
Not fast enough. No. I mean, you could just do a quick keyframe loop and use a loop out expression. That way you have more control.
That's very true. Let me see what should this angle actually be? Let's try. Okay, I set it to 8, and 8 times. I think that's closer.
That's cool. That's a lot closer.
It's not quite as fast still. So I'm going to up that to 10, and let's make the angle. How big should I go?
I just keep looking down at the example image and giggling.
Oh my god. Okay, so the example. It's like the nose is sort of the center of its little universe. So I want to be able to control the plane from here, from this null, but I'd also like to have an additional null that is sort of where its nose is pointing. So if I turn it pretty much straight to the side here and angle it down like this, I'll add a new null object. I'll make it 3D. I will call this the spindle. And then I will move the spindle down to a little bit lower here, maybe over here, sort of where the nose is looking, like that. And then, you know what, I'm going to scale the plane down just a little bit. It's a little bit too big, I think. And then we'll attach the null of this to this spindle. So now, if you see what I mean, if I rotate the spindle, the plane is going to be trying to look at that point. So I could start with something like, okay, so the joke in the thing is that it looks like it's about to take off, and then it goes into flapping mode. Why do I have other timers going off? This room is stressful enough. We got, let's see, what do we got? So I'm going to need to set some keyframes. Oh, yep, there's my 10-minute warning. Okay. I would love to try to finish some of these early. I would feel very proud if I did that. So I'm going to put the position keyframe there, and then at the very beginning of the shot, I'm going to put it over here. Oh, I should set some rotation keyframes for it too. My goodness, keyframing is very fun to watch live. Let's see, let's rotate. Nope, wrong parameter. Okay, I'm just trying to rotate my spindle. So at first it looks like this is a plane taking off for a second, and then it'll rotate down. So it'll be taking off. Oh god. I don't know what I've done. Okay. Let me reveal all of its rotation keyframes, and just, you know what, I'm going to go for for Dr. Generic, I'm going to do a very generic version of this. Let's see, let's have the plane swoop over to here for a second, the keyframes, and then back over to like around like that, maybe over, swings back all the way around, and maybe this thing moves again. I'm gonna call this a 5-second thing. I'm just shortening my little timeline here. Okay, my position and rotation, or an orientation of this plane. I want it to look like it was at first taking off, but then suddenly switches to not. So let's see if I can add some curves that do that for just a second. It's flying, and then... What do we think?
I mean, you've got almost 8 minutes left if you need to fix it, but holy cow.
I like this.
I think just adding
I'm gonna add
adding
some.
like the motion's pretty good.
I'm gonna add some whatchamacallit, camera little keyframe things. So like when it sweeps over here, the good
Oh,
gravy.
yeah,
That. Why is it's like that background is out of sync when I start panning a little bit. Whoops. Oh no. Oh, I don't want to get lost in this last stupid couple of minutes. Do I have a non?
I was gonna say, what? There's not really a need to make. There is, because it's the best way to do this. Just animate the camera's rotation, because the camera's position should never move. It should only be the camera's.
Good call.
You know what you could do? What you could do is have the camera's point of interest tied to a null object, and have that null object parented with some slight delay to the nose of the aircraft.
That is a good idea, but I'm going to consider that I'm already done. Okay. All right. Let's see. I've got a RAM preview it.
We just need some super comp and it'll be good.
Boom. Okay. So we've
funny.
got our elements here. Let's pre-compose these. Move everything sky. We'll call it the sky. We'll pre-collapse it. And then select these two layers. What am I looking for? RGVFX, Super Comp. That will bring up these two layers in a way that I can blend their lighting together a lot better. So let's grab this, and I'm going to find a moment where it's sort of in front of the airport in general, and then I'm going to go to the color correction and say match background. And that's going to try to take its black point and white point from sources in that image, which is a lot of fun. Then let's add some bit of light wrap, teeny bit of haze, maybe a little bit more light wrap, but maybe not that big.
Basil CMR, the reason Hashi's not using Cinema 4D is because he's having to do an effect shot in 20 minutes. So last episode he did use Cinema 4D to do a Transformers shot where we did the 20-minute timer. But in this case, he's wanting to do some compositing, and so he needs something that is instantly rendering and inside of After Effects. So using Element 3D to just very quickly get the animation done and instantly, almost real-time rendering inside of After Effects so he can composite it is the quick solution for this one. But yes, you are correct. A target tag would have helped a lot.
Absolutely.
5 minutes remaining.
Oh, 5 minutes remaining.
Just
Okay.
that motion is hilarious.
Good gravy. Okay.
Oh, 5 minutes. Good
5
heavens.
minutes remaining. Everyone, I want to submit this one as done so I can move on to another one. I tried adding some motion
I think
blur.
that's... Oh, I see the
motion blur
motion
is unnecessary. It's making it take a long time. But I think we're about there. Yeah?
That's really... Considering you spent 15 minutes on it.
Okay, there. 15 minutes.
hey,
Okay, here's our recreation of... I don't even know who created this. I don't know if this is from something or if this is just like a silly...
That is an old viral video from before YouTube existed. Tough Kid Gaming is curious what your PC specs are, Hashi.
That's a good question, and I've put them up before every now and then. Let me see what I can do here. I'm just gonna quickly go show you all of the files that I have on my computer, and I'm gonna stop this time. Yeah, I can leave the timer going. See, I got plenty of time to answer questions about what my computer specs are. We got I don't remember how to do that. Here we are.
They're right there.
So yeah, here's my...
And what GPU do you have?
So I have got
You can hit
what am I?
Windows key R for run and type DX diag, and that will tell you what GPU you have.
What am I typing in here?
DX diag. So Delta X-ray, Delta India Alpha Golf.
I don't. There we go. Okay, so
And
I
there you go.
am.
So go to display 1, display 2, and
Yeah,
it'll
so
tell you the different
there we go.
GPUs you've
So I'm
got.
using the. I'm sorry, this is small. I don't know how to make it bigger without messing up everything. But it's the GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. Was provided by Puget Systems, who built this whole system, which is really wonderful. So here we go. We've got this. Let's render this one off as the plane. Maybe I'll make a directory for that.
I was a little bit concerned when you started this one. I was a little concerned when you started this one off that we would get confused on talking about planes in 3D space and the aircraft, and being that the two are the same term, plane and plane. But we managed to
Luckily,
get
no.
through it without
We
too
did.
much plane confusion.
All right.
The results
So-
are plain to see.
So I say, stick it in your ear, Dr. Generic. We did it.
Yeah.
Boom, and there's the After Effects noise. I don't know if that's playing through the stream, but let's maybe rename that one. We'll call that plane, and now we've got to do a new one. Okay, save. What am I doing next? Doctor? I don't. He didn't really tell me how to reach him or anything like that.
You have 20 minutes to complete this visual effects
Oh.
shot. If you do not, I will sprinkle sand on your keyboard.
Okay, this is a very famous portal from Stargate. But I really don't want sand sprinkled on my keyboard. That sounds
The timer
really
starts
frustrating.
now.
Oh, wait, why do you give me so little time before you start the timer? Okay. Oh gosh.
Go.
How about Action VFX? You have splashes, right? I can't remember if you have
There are
underwater splashes. Let's see. I know there's above ground stuff, but what am I looking for? Blah 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 blah. You see, I could try simulating that in After Effects with fluid dynamics, but that is a dense splash, and
It is dense.
so I really want to just find a.
Well, but here's the thing. Dense stuff like that, you can do it with lots of tiny particles, or you can do it with a few large particles that are just kind of cloudlet
I
looking.
can't spell underwater.
Hey, Action VFX, if you're in the chat and have some suggestions, now would be a good time.
Please.
Or Production Crate. Either one of you. Water blasts is what Jason Murphy says. And Zaidi and Jason Murphy both say water blasts.
Water blasts.
On Action VFX.
Water blasts. Let me put these A to Z. La 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 la. Sort alphabetically. Water blasts. Now, do we have ones that go down into water? Or are these all splashes upward? Because
Girl splashes up.
because I'm nearly positive that is an underwater submersion splash.
You're correct. That is an
filmed
underwater
inside
submersion
out.
splash.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to convert one of these into an underwater-looking one, and I'll show you how.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
gonna
you
try
could do that.
Okay, yeah, let's try.
Now, for those
this one, is that the right scale?
Yeah,
or
because
so?
the one side of the portal is something going into water, like practically filmed, then keyed out and composited. Then the other side is a still practically filmed underwater shot, but it's what's the word for it? Whirlpool. So how they did in real life is they just shot it and made it easy on themselves by not having a moving camera. Nowadays, this would probably be done with 3D simulation. You could have the camera moving all over the place.
Let's see. Oh, it's possible. I didn't think about ink.
The problem with ink is the color and transparency is going to be
It
off.
is, and that's going to be my weak point. Okay, so we're sticking with a water blast. One of these voluminous ones at the top.
David Fairchild, the Restream bot is taking comments from other channels where we are streaming and popping them in here. So we are on the Red Giant YouTube channel. We're on the Red Giant News Twitch stream. We are on Maxon VFX, the regular main Maxon channel, and we're on the Maxon Training channel. So we are streaming across 4 channels at the moment. And Restream bot is here to help us all know what everybody else is saying. So instead of just the Maxon, training team chat being separate and they having their own quiet discussions, everyone can know what everyone else is saying. It's very handy.
It is.
That's what Restream bot is for. This is our first time using it for VFX and Chill. So it's the first stream Red Giant has done on Twitch. So it's very exciting.
Yes, welcome everyone watching from an unfamiliar source. Let's see here. So I do need an environment. I need this Stargate portal. I feel like we've wasted a lot of time just trying to find some stock. So I'm just going to start out of curiosity. I'm over here in Cinema 4D, and I'm going to go to the Sketchfab importer. I'm going to connect to that server, and let's see if someone just has this. Nothing.
Oh, the Stargate portal? Oh, hey, look.
Let me uncheck staff pick. There we go. Okay. I want this one because it has a base. I don't care if it doesn't have any texture. All right, I'm importing the Stargate SG-1 by Michael Clement.
Thank you, Michael Clement.
And I'm going to jump back to see if my download over here is done. I didn't think this was very big, so we'll just wait for that for a second, but let me jump back to, okay, it says it was imported. Are you imported? Okay, you're imported, but very, very small. Very, very small. Okay. Cool. Look at that. Let's save this as the, where are we working today? We are working in one of these folders. Elements, let's call it 3D stuff. Let's call that Stargate. And minimize that. And then in here, oh gosh, 15 minutes? I do suddenly feel worried about this one, actually. Okay, composition. We got our new composition already. We have, I'm going to close that panel, center this for a second. What have we got? We need, I'm going to try to break down the shot from foreground to background. So in the background, you've got kind of like a weird, like foggy, empty, general lab kind of thing. I recently grabbed some labs. Let me show you what they look like. These were generated by the Midjourney bot. One of these actually looks surprisingly, that one looks surprisingly like Dr. Generic's lab, but but that would be absurd if I had anything to do with creating that character. So I like this whole thing. What I like about it is it's just a big old blurry mess, and I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to tint it. Actually, let's see, instead of tinting the whole thing, let's add a new adjustment layer above that with some toner. Throw this into a grayish blue realm. What do you think? How gray, Michael? For just like background stuff.
Oh, you need to go bluer and less purple.
Bluer and less purple. Oh, yes, purple. My old nemesis.
Yeah, there you go. That's much closer and less saturated. Well, you're close enough. Saturated. You're close enough.
All right, I will pull down the saturation a little bit. Saturation down, brightness down. Okay, generic background, but it's blurry and out of focus, and I'm going to add a fast box blur because we're working fast. See, look at that. See, now we've got like background detail, and it looks really cool. Let's add a new solid in front of that, and we'll say, okay, we'll go to. I forgot that I wouldn't have copies of this all over the place. So let's go to the scene setup and import that Stargate model. Boom. All right, way cool. Oh my gosh, it has so many different colors on it. Remove unused materials. They're all, what the heck? All right. I'm going to go to a default, how about sci-fi panels? That works for me. Let's put it in a reflective environment, even though you probably won't see it. Say OK. And then, OK. So it's very big. I forgot to normalize it. Let me jump back into Element if it'll let me. Another bit of tension. I found out that our billing information is incorrect right now on my Adobe subscription, which is when you're running like 500 Adobe accounts, that's bound to happen. So I can't close After Effects or restart it, otherwise I will lose. I don't think that it'll let me back in. So not worried. Not worried at all. It's going to be fine.
Not worried.
Okay, now that should be a little bit smaller, and now group, let's create a little null so I can control where it is, and let's add a camera to, oh my gosh. I'm so nervous anytime it takes any amount of time to do anything. Okay, let's, you know what, I don't want depth of field on this camera. We're working fast. We got a
Working fast.
gun against our head. Ish. I might get sand sprinkled on my keyboard. All right, let's turn off.
the worst.
That's horrible. I mean, that's a start over situation, I think.
Jason Murphy says that instead of us paying Adobe, Adobe should be paying you. I agree. Hashi has probably sold quite a number of Creative Cloud subscriptions, and hopefully some Maxon products as well. Some Red Giant tools, but we are paying him.
It's true. Yeah, this time is being paid for.
Yeah, Maxon is paying both Hashi and I to use their to do this.
Why? I don't.
We occasionally show off their tools. I mean, that time that you shot,
Oh my
I'm still
gosh,
the,
10
I think
minutes?
the best thing we've ever done. Yes, 10 minutes. The best thing
What
we've
the
ever
heck?
done was that time you shot the green screen and then Primat Keyer just keyed it like it was nothing.
I
was the best.
I was so happy.
That was the
with
best
that.
VFX and chill moment for selling Maxon products, because that should not have keyed, and Primat was just like, sure, I'll key that, no problem. All right, what you got going on?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. I've got this element thing. Let me go back to, oh gosh, the layers are named wrong. Let me go to my visibility here. I'm going to go to render settings. I'm going to add some fog that is, I don't know, it's color blue. Enable the fog, but push its distance way back.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I see that. I see what you're doing.
Oh gosh, see, it's a very small object, but it's acting like it's really big. This is one of those things that you'd like set up if you were thinking about what you were doing. Let's go to the lighting. Let's do some, I thought I saw one that was named after blue, right? Like spot blue. Let's turn on the physical environment, lighting influence like that. And now let's try rotating the single blue light. All right,
I mean, you could put some lights in After Effects just real quick.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there for just a second. Let's try putting in this large water blast. I don't know if I had any right thinking I can do what I'm about to try. I'm going to pre-comp this water blast from Action VFX, and I'm going to try to trim. Oh my gosh, my poor GPU is doing so many things right now, everyone. All right, I'm going to just crop this down to just half of this. Oops, I cropped the wrong thing. There we go. All right, because I really only need about this much of it. Action VFX assets are at 60 frames per second, and that's really cool because it gives you a lot of frames to play with. So for just a moment, I'm going to switch this over to 24 frames per second. Oh, actually, no, never mind. The comp setting was already 59. So I'm going to leave it like that. And then on top of this, I'm going to try to make it look, you see how that's clearly more of a bubbly look. Let me see what happens if I added a adjustment layer and turned on some vector blur. And with a natural setting, if I put this to a negative value, does that bubble them a little bit better?
It does.
A little bit. It's not a great trick, but it's
Have you could you do rough and edges on this before the vector player?
oh, that's a great idea. Thank you. Stylize rough and edges.
Why are you not using FX console?
I just forgot, which is ridiculous. So, wait, rough and edges. What were you doing to it? Border. Oh wow, scale. What is happening to my color though? Edge type, roughen.
Oh, because it's
Oh,
it's crushing the alpha. Oh, that's not good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no good. Okay, we're just gonna go back to this. You know what?
You got 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
Really? Why? Okay. I'm gonna try CC glass then. Surface, softness. There, does that round up the edges a little bit? Softness, height. There we go. Okay, fine. You get it. It's underwater now. Okay.
Mohammed,
splash.
Hashi just went to Sketchfab and searched for Stargate Portal. That's how he got that.
So now I'm bringing in my splash pre-comp, and I'm going to add some time remapping to it. So let's scale this down. Oh my gosh. This one's going to be, I think this is going to be a fail, Michael. I don't know.
Well, I'm sad. It's sand in your keyboard.
I hate that. I don't want that. Why? Let's see, I'm just going to do this in 2D. Let's see. What section of the splash do I want? I want the splash from around here to about... Oh, this is going to be such a fail. I'm not pleased with this. I'm not doing the Stargate any favors.
I mean, you could try to do the Koosh in particular just real fast.
That's
in
true.
5 minutes. I don't think you need to use
5
fluid
minutes
dynamics for it.
remaining.
I know you got 5 minutes. I don't think you need fluid dynamics. I think just flock. Actually, that's not bad.
That's not horrible. Okay.
Just need some color and some sizing and.
Okay, so we've got our splash here. It's about this big. I don't remember how. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try adding reflection to it. By
Yeah.
let's see. Let me go ahead and I'm going to uncheck the clip to bounding box. Though it actually almost works for this. So reflection is a awesome tool in the VFX suite that's allowing me to reflect my define a reflection plane and vector for it. You know what? I actually could clip it to the bounding box. Oh, what did I do? No, that's going to confuse it. My computer's being slow. I can't have a slow. No. Undo a couple of those. Clip to the bounding box still, because it's not even going back past it, so that's fine. There we go. So that way, when it explodes, you see it's like reflecting right there for just a moment. It's reflecting there.
Yeah.
And then I would, let's see, what do we got? So this is the BG, this is the element, and let's see. If I were to do that funnily vortex thing, here's what I would do. 3 minutes? Okay. I would add a new solid. Let me solo it for a second. I would add mirror 3.
Oh, I like this.
Geometry, I would choose, we've got to have a cone, right? Come on, cone.
Yep, cone.
All right.
I like where this is going. You got 3 minutes. You can do it.
Excellent. So this is going to bring in, it's soloed, right? It's visible. All right.
Do you have a camera somewhere?
Oh, is my camera not on? Huh, weird. Did I put it in a weird spot?
Just turn off your camera's visibility for a second. No, the eye. The eye of the camera layer.
The eye of the camera.
So you've got mirror your camera's pointed somewhere odd.
That's weird. So maybe that's why everything's acting so weird. I must be way out in nowhere space. So I'm going to create a null for my mirror object, which that is...
Oh, I see it. It's tiny.
Oh, is it tiny?
Yeah.
Oh. What have I
or
done?
we're inside it, or it's huge. One of the two.
Tiny or huge? Oh, my camera zoom might have been really
Yeah.
strong. Okay, that's why I'm not getting any distortion here. This is a camera issue. I had it set up high for like the telephoto of the plane shot. Oh, we got 2 minutes. Well,
Yep.
heck.
Just turn your camera off to show how you do the twirl thing.
Yeah, okay. So what I would do is I would, whoops, let's scale down our object a little bit, and let's go to mirror settings, and we're going to go to the material, and we'll say, we'll try density, and then I'm going to go to the fractal, and I'm going to turn up the amplitude of displacement on this thing. See that? If I increase the, let's see, frequency, I can get some more watery kind of stuff going on. I'll turn this down a little bit. Let's make the color of this more of a light bluish thingy thing. And then, oh my gosh.
1 minute.
1 minute. And I'm going to turn up spiral. Oh, wait. Oh no. I want to spiral this, but I want it to be the other direction. I don't remember if spiral is global or not. Michael, do you know if spiral is global?
I don't know.
Let's see. Where was I?
Have to find it. Down, right there.
Fractal. Oh gosh.
Right there. Spiral's right there.
Oh no, it's not. Oh, nuts.
Well, if you could flip it and spiral it, you would be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
1918.
Oh no, no, I don't like the sound of this. What the heck? Oh gosh. Okay, we're gonna say it's right there, and this thing is right.
3 seconds.
No.
Time's up.
Let's see. I don't remember who suggested the shot, but I would guess that I didn't hit it.
Sand
I
in.
mean, I mean, this is the there's some kind of stuff going on. I don't know. Well, that's
I mean,
what
you
I
got
got.
admirably close.
Yeah, I mean, I think another 20 minutes in 40 minutes you could have that Stargate shot or
Yeah.
something. Or I could have probably like grabbed a 2-liter bottle and filmed this practically and been done somehow.
Been done.
But there's lighting set up, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, not too proud of myself for that one, but we move on. So let's create a new comp. I'm going to make it half, and I'm going to make it 24 frames per second, so we can move on to this next challenge.
What is the next challenge, by the way?
That's a good question.
Do you have an umbrella for your keyboards to keep that sand from getting in it?
No. And I don't know if he does this during the show or if this is after the
This
show
is
or at a
after.
time of his choosing. Okay, we'll see.
Well,
All right.
The chat is saying that was a good effort and they appreciate the attempt.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, so let's move on to the next challenge, everyone.
You have 20 minutes to complete this visual effects shot. If you do not, you will be muted for a second
Actually,
in the
VFX
next Zoom
says
call.
we still believe you.
You will have to repeat whatever you said a second time.
Oh my gosh. This is one of my favorite physical things I ever built. Look at that thing.
It
Okay.
is impressive.
Okay. So I recall an episode where we wished you a happy birthday, Michael.
The timer starts.
Oh,
now.
yes. Oh, well, there's starting the timer, so not much to talk about, except for what I did in that episode was I used a different resource than I have going on here. And what that is let me try getting it open. I'm going to open it over here in another tab in case I've got to log into it, but it's called the Avatar SDK. So let me sign in real quick. Basically, you can create an account, you can sign in, you can say try for free, and then you can go to this. This is the Avatar SDK creator. So I'm going to go try their WebGL demo.
Okay.
And now I'm going to, let me see here. What have we got? I have.
Show it. Make sure you show us all your files.
I'm going to show you all the files. Let's see. What? Let's see. I'm going to try to. I need to find a file which I don't know where I may have it. Let's see.
What are you trying? What are you looking for?
I would like to see a picture of what that mask looks like. Total Recall mask.
Hashi, why don't you just do it with your own face, Hashi? And like you can put or take Seth's face and put your head inside of it. Make it more entertaining. Than
Make it more entertaining.
Complete recreation. Then complete recreation. I will say
Alright.
I love that there's face masks that look like Arnold's yelling mouth.
It is phenomenal. Wow. What a face. What a
Like,
prop.
look at that. I can't wait to go into
Wow.
Publix wearing that.
Insanity. Okay, let's minimize this. Okay, if we had, I think I already have a Seth head, right? So let's delete our Stargate. Sorry, actually I don't need to delete you. I just need to close you. Nope. And let's open our Seth head. I know I have that somewhere. Blah, 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 blah. All right, I'm going to open that over here real quick. Seth. Where did I store your face?
While you're looking for that, I would like to remind people that unlike Hashi, you can update to the new version of Cinema 4D, which just came out. Cinema 4D 26.1 has some, usually at this time of year, it would be just a service pack that fixes bugs. And it does fix bugs, but it also introduces a lot of new features, like almost a release, like a full release worth of features, in that the cloth and rope sims are now able to be affected by field forces, which opens up a huge amount of powerful creative possibilities, because you can then start using field forces, which are one of my favorite things in particle simulations, to drive them. And so you can have the rope be driving itself, and you get all kinds of cool, crazy, curvy things. And it's just insane. And you've got curvature available now in field things. So you can base clones on the curvature of a model, for example. And there's enhancements to the node UI that make huge differences if you're building stuff in nodes. Like, there's just all kinds of stuff. But anyway, let's go. I see you've got some models ready to go that you built with the Avatar
here.
SDK.
So, yes. So basically you submit a photo and it returns you one of these lovely models. I'm just going to grab Seth out of here. Let's grab him. And I also want to make a new project to make sure I'm not overwriting my my thing. So let's see. Let's coordinates. Let's just put them in the center there. And here's how I think I did your crazy head, Michael. I went to create a matrix. Wait, what am I doing?
Up there, that one, yes.
I want to create a matrix. And for this matrix, I want, let's see, looking down that show, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chunks or so. So let's go to the object here. It's a grid. It's going to be only 2 wide. It's going to be about, it's going to be 2 wide, 1 deep, and we'll try 7 or 8 tall. Then I'm going to scale up this matrix object, and you can see it's just these little like squares right here. It's nothing very fancy, but it's something like this, okay? And I'm going to line up some maybe kind of with Seth's eyes. I'm just going to put them right back in his head. And then I'm going to take Seth, and Seth needs to be connected. So I'm going to right-click on this and say Connect Objects and Delete, which will just leave me with one piece of geometry there. And then I'm going to put that into a Voronoi fracture, which is under Simulate. No, it's not. It's under MoGraph Voronoi fracture. Let's drag the skin into the Voronoi fracture. And normally this wants to break up Seth into a bunch of pieces like that. But instead, I'm going to go to the Voronoi fracture and to its sources
tab.
And then instead of this point generator, get that out of here, grab this matrix and put it here. And now look what we got. Now we've got a pretty sliced up Seth. And I actually kind of love right where I love right where it is. I should change absolutely nothing. Okay, so Now I would like to kind of see some of the options for the Voronoi fracture. If I go to that and I go to object, I can say hull only. No, I want to say hollow object. And then I can, or is it hull only? Yeah, hull only, and then turn up its thickness a little bit. And with that, ooh, that was weird.
Well, the problem is that his eyes are separate chunks of geometry.
Oh, that's a little frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be maybe a little bit weirder than I thought, because I was thinking that I could create this and then create a MoGraph effector to push apart things like that, and then I would be able to take that and, oh gosh, it has teeth and stuff inside.
Yeah, the teeth are also separate.
Oh, why? Why does this... First of all, why does this Seth need teeth? And also, I think this is pretty cool, whatever we've just created here. Yeah, I don't like that at all. So I'm going to delete...
You just have to go in there and delete the teeth. Yeah, you need to delete the teeth and, frankly, the eyes. But
let's see. Now, I could... Let's see, how do I get inside Seth's head?
Well, the easiest thing to do would be to select just a polygon on the head and a polygon on each eye, and then select connected.
Oh yeah.
And then invert the selection, and then you can just delete the teeth.
That's a good idea.
Just go into polygon mode.
Doot, doot, doot. Oh,
Select a polygon.
That's a lot of stuff. Let's grab that, and that.
And UW is select connected.
Now select invert.
And then UI, I think. UI, yeah.
UI. So that's grabbing his...
Yeah, pull out of his head so you can see. There you go. There's his chompers.
So sorry. Delete. Okay.
There you go.
And then...
Now all you have to worry about is his eyes being a separate part of the model.
I'm going to do that, create a connect object one more time. A connect object, and then I'm going to drag this into here. And then for the settings on it, I'm going to turn up the tolerance a little bit.
Well, it's not going to work because those are spheres in there. So they're not going to connect to his face unless you go in there and delete and then bridge them and all that kind of stuff.
Ugh, I don't like the sound of that. Okay.
Well, what you can do is pull the eyes out, split them off. So select each eye, UW, then UP to split them, then delete them. And then you can control them separately. You can actually use Espresso to tie each eye to the piece that is getting moved with the Voronoi fracture if you want to get real fancy.
That sounds ridiculous. Now,
well, you've only got 11 minutes, so I wouldn't do that.
That's true. And with only 11 minutes left, I'm going to admit that I actually reached out to the training team for a related question earlier this week and got amazing responses from all of them. The Maxon training team are a bunch of experts who actually know this program. And one very awesome trainer named Dr. Sassy sent me this project file. Because I said, how could you use a field to drive pieces of a Voronoi fracture apart? And
boom!
Look what the doctor sent me. He even enabled the object settings for this. So I don't entirely understand it, but I see it and I like it. So I'm going to grab this Seth, and I'm going to copy his geometry, and I'm going to see what happens if I were to bring it into this project and maybe scale it down. How much time we got? We got 10 minutes. So
10 minutes.
So we're getting tight here. So on this matrix, let's try to make it a little bit more like mine was. We'll add, 7 or so steps, and I'll scale it down so it's sort of the size of Seth's head, more or less. And then I'm going to put Seth's, skin in the Voronoi fracture instead of the whatchamacallit thing. All right. So Seth's head was not very symmetrically aligned. Actually, no, maybe the matrix wasn't. Let me think. Or is it the skin? Wait, if the skin were aligned initially properly. There we go.
Almost.
It's not a symmetrical model. It's a little bit, it's based on a photograph, so it has some odd stuff going on in here. Okay, so here we go. What do we got? We've got, oh, interesting. I messed up something in here. I'm so sorry, Doctor. Let's see. Let me go to the Voronoi fracture, uncheck colorized fragments.
Basil, we are not doing any sort of animation that would require remeshing. So it would, but yes, the Z remesher would do an amazing job with the topology of this. But since we're not doing any texturing, so we need like neat topology for UVs, and we're not doing any deformation, we don't need to worry about having decent topology. We're just chopping it up and moving it apart. I get your frustration because it would annoy me as well, knowing that the topology underneath was doing that. But we don't need to, and we've only got 8 minutes and 40 seconds, so no.
That is frustrating.
Mike C, it would be nice if there's a way to reproject UVs onto a volume measure from base mesh. There is a trick to do that, making reflective material and baking it down. That is for another tutorial.
All right.
But yes, you can.
Whoops. So what did I do? Wait, what happened? Oh, I deleted everything, including the matrix. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. You know what? I'm going to get rid of my linear field and formula for a second, and then I'm just going to quickly turn this into geometry. It's too late for me, son. All right, and we're gonna add some keyframes. I'm just gonna do it with keyframes. This will work. I know it will. Let's do that. Oh gosh, 8 minutes. Okay, this is the stupidest version of this possible. Okay.
Oh come on! I really like the formula effector.
The formula effector was fantastic. I feel terrible. Actually, no. What am I doing? What I want to do is I want to select everything on this half of the face, and then on frame 90 have it be open this much, and then set a keyframe for them. And I want to grab everything from, actually not even that far, I only need it to move half a head apart. And set a keyframe there. I'm going to grab all of these other parts, and on frame 90 set a keyframe right about here, keyframe, and then now I think I can try to figure out what the offset of them is. Let me go to Window, Dope Sheet. Okay, now I can say I want this one to go first. Let's grab that selection and move it first. Oops, that's not the whole selection. Gosh, why do I do this, Michael? Let's try 30 for that one. And then let's grab this one. Let's also make that 30 frames long, but oh no, that should be that long. Let's grab the second one, make it 30 frames long, but give it an offset. This is stupid. I'm doing a manual offset situation. I promise this is wise. What am I doing? I'm just grabbing the dope sheet. I'm grabbing individual parts and adding stupid keyframes to them. It's totally going to work. You love me. Okay, there's that. And this one. Oh my gosh. We're almost to 5 minutes. This is terrible. This is terrible. I don't remember what the threat was. What was the threat? What was I threatened with if this happened, if I don't finish this?
Chat, do you remember? I am currently trying to figure out how to clean up a
Hashi's
chatbot
mess.
that got restreamed.
Oh no. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to save this. Let's save this project and its assets file. Save project with assets to today's directory. What is it? We got
5 minutes remaining.
5 minutes remaining. Okay. Shoot. Elements, 3D stuff. Seth head. Okay, so this is a bunch of keyframes and rigid objects now. So in theory, let's see, you know what we need now is, I need a little image of me or something like that. Oh, I know what I'll do. Let's try this. Jump to After Effects. Did we already have a... Gosh, this is going to... don't know if I can do this fast enough. I can't think, Michael. Michael.
Sorry, I'm still trying to clean up the spam bot in Twitch.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you so much for your service. 3D object. We're going to bring in this Seth head. I've got to texture it. There's the thing. Oh my gosh, the normals are all over the place. So let's go to its... This is very stupid the way I'm doing this. Oops. I'm going to turn off all the glossiness for his head. All right, I know I've become very silent. It's because we're at the 3-minute mark, and I'm hoping I can do this. All right, so we got this, and then here's what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to add a camera. Whoops. You know what? I don't like whatever default camera I keep on getting. Let me just do a 35mm preset with no depth of field. Turn off the depth of field. I don't need that right now. And we're going to add some 2 minutes ambient occlusion, just a little bit to make it look a little bit better, like that or something like that. And then let's see if this plays properly. It should play to about there. Wait, how fast is it playing? Play, play, play. Okay, so instead of looping the animation, I just want it to stop. So let's end there. I'm going to make this a QuickTime with an alpha channel. I think I have a theory here. How much time we got? 1:44? Okay. QuickTime with an alpha channel. And now we're going to, right here for just a second, I'm going to try to go full screen for myself in just a moment. Let's add a media source. Let's see, where did you render to? Renders. This is totally going to work. It's totally going to work. I'm going to grab, whoops, not renders, show renders. Seth. I'm dragging it in here. Here we go. Whoops. No. Loop yourself. Oh gosh. 1 minute left. 1 minute left. Okay, I'm going to switch to my full camera for a second. And where's my camera? Okay. Where do we go? Where do we go? Seth's head replay. Wait, where is it? Wait. It was there, I swear. 30 seconds. Here. We got it. Why can't I scale it? What's happening to it?
Single objects manually moved, pose morph, then pose morph deformer. Is a message from the Max Down training team.
No. It was gonna work.
I just
seconds?
see your face, Hashi.
Here.
I just see your face. There we go.
It was gonna work.
It almost did.
Why can't I scale it? It's so weird. It just disappears when I try to scale it. I don't know. That's unfair. I was so excited. Yes, I want to remove the Seth head thing now. Why won't you replay yourself? I'm so sad, Michael. I thought I thought we had it. I thought I was gonna go right back here somewhere, and then go like, yeah? No, I don't know. Would have worked. We were so close. All right. Okay. You got me again, Doctor. Time's up. Okay. So, what is that? We've done 3 of these. What time were we at, Michael? 3:06 at
3:06.
my time. Okay, so let us. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to get rid of my big screen there, and just switch back to here. Let me think about what I would, how to get a hold of that doctor again. Dr. Generic.
You have 20 minutes to complete this visual effects shot. If you do not, the phone will automatically be set to 5% battery.
Okay, so I have 5 seconds to or 20 minutes to recreate this. David Torno sent in this the landing sequence from Bill and Ted. All right, I will accept that challenge happily, and one of the reasons I would happily accept that is because
The timer starts now.
okay, that's all right. That's all right. I don't think I'm going to need the whole timer this time. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to our good old image, free images from PX here, and we're just going to say, I don't know, parking lot. Let's see, it's going to get me a lot of parking structures. I want an outdoor setting. Where's a fun outdoor setting? Yeah, how about right here? I like that. Maybe. Okay, let's save this thing as a little city. That's going to be a confusing name. But a little while back, if you were to go to YouTube and then you wanted to search for Cheap Tricks Bill Ted or something like that, you would see that I have done a full episode of Cheap Tricks on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Not only that, but this comes with assets. You can right-click there or click on there and say, the project files are here, download said files, and you'll have access to some really cool stuff, which I have already, I think, in my element library, if everything is still set up. So I'm going to say goodbye to this Seth model here. I don't think I really need this one anymore. So let's delete Seth head, and let's see if maybe in my saved models, do I still have it? It's thinking. I do. Look at that. Oh, but there's textures and stuff. There's textures and stuff that come with the project files. 1 second here. That's not going to work. No. Okay. So let's. We're gonna have to import that project file. Give me 1 second here. I thought I would nail this one in like a minute. Okay, let me see what we got. All right, everybody, I'm trying to recreate the Bill and Ted landing sequence very quick. And my first step was to go to the tutorial I've actually already done on this and download a project file, or at least some models from that. So we've got browsing through folders. Michael, how's Restream treating you?
Other than the fact that it restreams the porn bots to everything, good.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Are you finding any control over it from your end?
I have turned off the bot for now.
Excellent. Okay. Just making sure from the maintenance standpoint we're doing all right. So let's see what we can download here. Let me grab my Bill and Ted Time Machines project. All right. Let's import that into here. So if you go download these project files, you can have these time machines for yourself. And look at that. Here we go. This is what I need. Here's the phone booth. I built this out of, I modified another model into as screen accurate as I could phone booth from Bill and Ted. And not only that, it's a Cinema 4D file, so it has some animation on it. So if you want, you can basically go to the under the particle look and baked animation. On the frame offset, if you add some keyframes to that, which I think there are some built in already. Look at this. I'm going to press play, and got some animated electricity on the top there, and an opening door. That asset is free for you right now. You can find it through YouTube. And this is not just a stock element. It's a real 3D thing like this. So I'm going to import that city file. A little background plate thing we had going on here. I should have it landing at the airport in front of that flying thingamabob. I'm going to switch this to about half for just a moment here. And let's figure out where this landing can happen. Okay, I'm going to rotate the camera to try to put the phone booth in a spot that feels more like it's the ground. I'm going to also, on the camera, I'm going to zoom it in a little bit more. It's a little bit too wide for this type of a shot. There we go. Put that right there. We've got a phone booth null, so I'm going to put some keyframes on that. So really just like one. Move it up out of frame there. Let's add some rotation keyframes to the Z rotation. That means it could, in theory, I think the Z is back and forth like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little classic. When this lands, it's going to rock slightly. Let's see, like 3 is too much. So let's do 2 degrees one way, and then -1, and then 0. And then we'll just, make this some little rocky keyframes like that. And then this should look like this. Shaboom. Oh, that's very slow. It's a little faster than that. What do you think, Michael, about that speed? I like this.
It looks good.
And
Yeah,
one of the
good.
fun things about this Cheap Tricks, if you decide to go watch it, is I did a whole crazy like inside After Effects no plugins version of an electricity kind of effect because I wanted to add additional electricity to the phone booth when it landed. But that inspired me to call up at the time Harry Frank, who was in charge of Universe, and he made this little plugin just for me and all of you who have Universe. So under RG Universe, you can go to is it Stylize? And Universe, Stylize, Electrify. And check this out. Electricity. All right, let me see how this plays. I don't remember if it's automatically. Yeah, by default, it's already animated. Look, we've got some electricity that has a bunch of different little controls on it. Electrify is using the contours
And it's
of
all
the image.
contours.
It's
yes.
the age-old trick, and it works really well. But I always end up like building it like whole each time I do this, and that feels a little bit wasteful. So here it is, just by default. Let me turn on a little shadow catcher for this, and see if I can get some ambient occlusion on the ground there. Oh, let's see. That's too much. And this ground isn't wet at all, so I don't think I need any reflection from it. We still got 11 minutes left on this one. This should be fine. We got this. If someone has done the hard work for you, go steal that hard work and apply it to whatever you're using it for. If the files are given away generously and freely. What have I done? Oh, I can't crash After Effects now.
Did you do?
This
I
is
hope not.
this is an issue with sometimes if you have a movie file or a frame sequence as an animated texture and you're sourcing a texture in your comp, there's a weird error where it gets into a feedback loop when you try to jump into the scene setup, and I'm worried that I stumbled into that right now. Oh, nuts. And we were doing so well. I'm going to have to do it.
I know.
I'm going to have to...
We've still got 10 minutes.
Yes, but I'm going to have to kill After Effects, and I don't know if it's going to come back. The tension. Bye, After Effects. Please come back. I may have frozen the stream. Everyone, just wait for my computer. Wait for just a second. Nuts. Well, I have a feeling that you can't hear me anymore and that the stream has dropped out. But maybe it will be back. So let me double check. Well, there's the 10 minutes timer. How's everybody doing? Did we reconnect to the stream after I lost consciousness for a second? Let's see. We do not seem to be reconnected. I cannot tell.
Yes, we're reconnected.
Hey, everyone. After Effects is opening. Hey. All right. We're safe. We're safe for another day. I'm going to go to my timer project and see how we were doing. Let's see. It's 3:18, and I have an autosave from 3... It was saved at 3:14. So let's see. All right. Thank you for sticking with me through that. That was scary. The stream lives. All right. No shadow catcher for you. Just a little bit of electrify. So let's add in one of my age-old favorites. It's like a little dust wave. If you need some dust waves, you can go to Action VFX. And let's see, where was I storing that at the time? And whether you are there or not, there are some amazing dust waves that are free. Let's see, free dust waves. Check that out. So you can go right to there, grab any of these, and look at that. That's a perfect one. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to download it. Free dust wave. That is very, very kind of them. Now I'm going to bring that dust wave into here. Did I save it into this file? Great. I'm just going to leave it like a 2D file. We're going to put it to appear. One thing that I like to do with dust waves, if they're for an impact, is I turn on the time remapping, put a keyframe at the point where the bloom has sort of established itself, but then really truncate the beginning. And so it's like it's almost from nothing to immediately out, and then it slows down. And that just is a fun way to do stuff sometimes. I'm going to use the set matte effect, and so it will use its own luminance as an alpha channel. That way I can do that. I'm also going to delete the little hard line at the bottom here, just by doing a little feathered thing there, like that. Let's turn it to a subtract mask, feather it up like this, and then let's find the impact moment. That should be right here. I'll put the dust to start blooming out right there. Oops. Let me see if it's in the right place. Boom. Okay, kind of cool. All right, and now these all look kind of weird right now. They don't look great married together yet, but I am going to fix that a little bit. I'm just going to make these this dust wave just be filled in with white, like that. And then I'm going to go to grab my element, my city, and my dust wave up here. And then I'm going to go to Effect, RGVFX, Super Comp. How much time we got? We got 6 minutes. So I'm going to do a very, very quick version of this so we can try to make up for some lost time there. So the dust wave, I'm going to add some haze. And that'll pick up colors of the background, which will make it a little bit more semi-transparent. But then I'm going to add some blur behind. And look at this effect. It's so cool, and I love it. Now, I don't remember if we'd applied Electrify yet. It looks like we hadn't. So I'm going to go to Universe Stylize, Electrify, and even in the default settings, I've got some cool electricity. And since I'm here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down the glow intensity and the glow radius from Electrify, and instead I'm going to add some optical glow here in Super Comp. And from here, I can change it to be highlights only. Let's just find the right threshold for that. Probably around here somewhere. I would like the size to be a little bit bigger and the amount to be a little bit less. And then let's see, what have we got? Maybe I'll turn down the highlights only a little bit more and the roll up. So that way I can get some cool glowing electricity behind the smoke and stuff like that. And then, let's see. What have we? How much time we got? We're almost at the 5-minute mark.
Almost the 5 minutes.
Okay, so you know what? That glow was a little bit too much. I'm adding too much there.
5 minutes remaining.
Okay, I hear you. Let's see. What if I turn on some of the glow from the effect? Actually, yeah, the effect glow is pretty darn good. So let me add some light wrap on the smoke, so some of that is picking up some of these highlights too. Just the highlights there. All right, so let's play through this little amount right here. I'm going to grab the amount of electricity here and dial it down. Let's see. Fractal noise. Matte settings, fractal noise, image contours. I'm trying to remember all the settings in here. You know what? Whatever. I'm gonna keep it the way it is. All right. Let's see how this little bit turned out. Here we go. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's start a little RAM preview. Whew. A little intense on the glows. I'll turn those down.
If you want to be a little closer to the reference, you could change the glow color either in Super Comp or in the Electrify settings. It needs to be a little purpler.
And now it needs to be a little purpler.
No, a little less. Yeah. Well, yeah, just a little less. Yeah, a little less purple. Somewhere, yeah, a little bit more. And then the other one definitely needs to be. Yeah, pull that one way more towards the purple. Blue, back a little bit. Yeah, that's better.
All right, let's see. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have done a brighter instance of that for the inside, right? Oh, wait, no. Bleh. I didn't preserve my brightness well enough. All right, I'm going to try right around to here somewhere. All right.
And we definitely need some camera shake when it hits.
Let's see. We could definitely
If only
do
we
that.
had some sort of tool.
That would be nice. What if we do one of my favorite things, which is to add an adjustment layer like that. Add a new solid. Oh, I forgot that this one is a full HD comp. Why was I doing that to myself for streaming? I'm going to create a little mask like this, and then I'm going to make that a subtract. Then I'm going to add a transform to this. Let's see, distort, transform, and I'm going to make the, let's see, the position is going to be kind of a little bit up higher at the beginning, but I'm using the grace of the letterboxing. And then I'm going to put it back down to 540 or so by here, and I'm going to slide it in so it's like the thing leads the camera a little bit. Oh, we only got 1 more minute? All right, why don't we add some camera shake to it then? Is that under stylers or utilities? What is that? Why am I doing it that way? Shake. Camera shake. I want the footage to be scaled at 100. I want the shake amount to be much smaller. I want the shake to be about 10 by 10. The shake amount, okay. You got 1 more minute left. Okay, so right at the impact moment, there'll be a keyframe for the shake amount to be at at 100%. Just before that, it's going to be at 0. And then it's going to taper out like that. And let's make this a little bit bigger, and we'll play it back for everyone. 37 seconds. Oh yeah, I love it.
Maybe a little more camera shake when it
A
hits.
little more camera shake. All right.
Like in the reference, it's like ridiculously shaky.
Oops, I'm gonna turn up the Y.
Like
a little bit.
unrealistically
like
shaky. Just when it hits. But yeah, I think we're good. I think that's excellent.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah. Boom.
I love it. You could certainly throw in some like productions, create sparks and some stuff, or make those in particular. But I say that we did all right on this one.
I agree. I think
I
that
didn't
looks
think
great.
we were going to take a full 20 minutes from something that I'd done before, but I love that there is a little whoops. That camera pan cuts off the element.
Whoopsies.
Whoopsies. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? There's no way to fix it. So so that was all right. Okay, so man, I'm feeling a little crazy after all that. So gosh, I don't know. What do you think the doctor has in store for us next? I hope it's something.
Hopefully nothing too dangerous.
Oh, geez, I don't know. Okay, how much time we even have left to do stuff? Okay, doctor, let's see. What do you have for us?
You have 20 minutes to complete this visual effects shot. If you do not, I will remind you of all the things Corridor did before you.
That. It's just rude. They're just rude. I love them over there. They do really amazing work. Why you gotta... Okay, this is from Denis Villeneuve's Gravity. I think this is the re-entry of I don't remember what capsule she's in at this point. Okay, re-entry crash sequence. I have a theory.
The timer starts now.
Okay. Let's start in After Effects. Not After Effects. What is this program called, Michael? It's one of those popular ones that all the kids are using these days.
Are using it.
Let's go to my extensions. Let's go to Sketchfab Importer. Am I connected still? Nope. Now I'm connected. I'm going to uncheck Staff Pick, and I'm just going to type in Space Station. Ooh.
Ooh, there's several good ones.
Dang.
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh, okay. If you were me, you should, or if I were you, I would grab this. It's got 1 million. That's probably really good. I'm worried about that for time. So oh my gosh, I don't know. I feel like I need less information than that. Wait. 29,000 poly. This is what Hashi needs for this amount of time. You do the same steps with a higher poly thing. It's not going to work right now. So what do we got? We got the Mir space station with Soyuz in progress and docked. Okay. What do you got in here? I don't remember. Did she land in a Soyuz capsule? It doesn't matter. You know what? I'm getting rid of those capsules, and I'm just going to stick with... look, we're back. Here's an actual thing named Mir that makes sense. Let's see. We're going to... What have we got here? We've got pieces. Wait. Okay, that white one is most of the body of it. This antenna is what? What is the antenna? Just that little thing? Okay, and what is this? All the flappies? Oh, all the stuff. Okay. I want to combine these because I want to make it as simple geometrically as I can. But what do we got to do? Let's go to point mode. We'll do what you were suggesting earlier when we were doing something like this, Michael. We will go to the selection tool. We'll go to points, for this one, and we'll grab like that and say UW, and we're just going to shift select a bunch of stuff like that. Yomp. UW. Oh, it's not really quite getting everything. I don't want these solar sail things because I think in the movie they're broken off long before that.
Yeah, they're blown off way early. Yeah.
So I'm just going to do select that, select that, select that, select that, select that. UW, whatever. Delete. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're in. That's sort of what it looks like, right? Breaking up. I dig this. Okay, so let's grab these. Let's connect and delete them. This worked so well for me before. And okay, now we've got this space station object with a bunch of stuff on it. Okay, I'm going to try, since I was so successful with Voronoi fractures earlier, we're going to try it again. I'm going to angle myself upward. It doesn't really matter, but let's go to, gosh, I don't know how this is going to work. What do you think? If we did try Voronoi fracturing this thing, let's see what its first take would be on this. It's going to think for a second, and then I think I could check. So that's a lot of breaking up. I don't need that much, but isn't there a let's see, colorized fragments, whole only, sources. What am I looking for? Oh, let's just go to, you know what, I'm just going to leave it as a big old thing. Let's go to the sources again. And on the point generator, I'm going to, let's see, does it create point per object? And I wonder how it tries to sort that right now. It's going to think for a second. I checked create point per object and turn the point amount down. Not quite what I want. 2 points per object. Oof, maybe that's too much destruction. Okay, Voronoi, you're too much. You're too many. Now, why isn't this updating? Or is it? I'm thinking. All right, I'm trying to break this into pieces, but I don't want to break it into this many pieces, to be honest. So here's what I'm going to do. It's going to be very silly. Let's go to this mode. We're going to, I really wish these were more connected. Okay, I really want this section as a separate element. So I'm trying to UP.
And then, so now you've got that piece.
Okay.
Separate. So, now you need to just delete it off that piece. Here. Yeah. So you delete.
Okay. Whoopsie. Oh, I'm in point mode. Whoops.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll grab all this stuff, all this stuff. I don't even mind if I have a bit of that. UW, and UP. Okay, thank you, Michael.
Mm-hmm. So delete it off the main one. Yeah, there you go.
Great. Okay, so now I have
now you've got two separate pieces.
All right, so this piece, this object, I'm going to go to Tools axis. What time are we at? At halfway in, I want to be in After Effects, and I want to be out of here. Axis center, let's execute that. And this, I know what I'm going to do. It's going to be so stupid. Oh man, this is going to be bad. Okay, it's going to be great. I mean, it's going to be great, everyone. It's going to be so good, so good. Let's save this as something I can open up in a second. Space station. And then we're going to jump back into here. Let's go to this comp. And let's delete this thing we had going on here with this Bill and Ted situation. I'm deleting this because this was the temp one that didn't actually work. Let's import that space station. All right, and let's see, scene materials, remove unused materials. You know what, I didn't save all the assets over, so let me do that real quick. File, save project with assets. In here and in space station. Okay, that'll just give me a different thing that I think. Delete unused materials, import 3D object. Oh my gosh, it is so hot in this room right now. What do we have? What was I doing, Michael? I'm losing all consciousness over here. Okay, space station. Space station.
Is that the updated one in the separate elements?
Yes, and I want to relink scene files from. Did it not copy any of them over? Fine, fine. Guess what? You get space panels on you. You get space things on you. Hey.
Nope.
That's not bad. That's what you get. That's what you get. You should have dealt with it better. Okay, let's see. I'm going to split this into 2 pieces. Let's make it group 2 is going to be, let's see, duplicate model. Put one of them in group 2, and group 2 is just going to be the one of these pieces. That little piece right there, and I'm going to center it. And I don't know, that looks weird. That looks better, actually. And then group 1 is going to be this bigger station missing that part. But I'm going to center it too. And then I'm going to say, okay. Okay. This is going to work in 10 minutes, I swear. I swear we can do it. Okay, we're going to create a group for each of these. And then we're going to find a camera angle that works for this, which is going to be something like this. Let's see, what is the part that I have separate control over? It's inside it now, right? So it's, I'll call this the capsule, because I'm going to hand animate that. I'm going to call this the ship. Okay, so the capsule is going to be, okay, yeah, the ship's going to be back there, capsule's going to be up front, and here's what the animation is going to look like. Let me get zoomed out a little bit. Okay, 10 minutes. Create a scene from gravity. We got this. All right, I'm going to say it's about here, and I'm going to add some keyframes to the capsule. Position, and actually I probably want to do rotation keyframes would be easier. Position and rotation. So over the course of these 3 seconds, I want this to fly forward. Nope. It's going to be a little ridiculous, but it's going to work. Oh no, I forgot to set an orientation keyframe. Orientation keyframe, and we're going to move it this direction and this direction. 10 minutes. We got this, right? Oh, I don't like that my camera angle is so far to the side. It's going to mess up all of my thinking. Okay, we're going to do that, and then we're going to try to add some rotation keyframes that make it go end over end and maybe a bit of a side barrel roll like that thing. So, oops, why didn't that work? There were keyframes for those, I thought. Keyframe. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Boom. That's kind of interesting. Maybe I'll turn that down a little bit. That's kind of dangerous looking. What do you think?
I think that looks dangerous.
Caps. Thank you for humoring me. I'm going to add a...
I'm way more interested in how you're going to do the re-entry heat beams coming off of that.
Oh, you just wait.
If you just end up using something like
look how much
shine,
hey, don't get ahead of me here.
because it's gonna work and it's gonna be amazing.
Okay, so I'm going to put this light way down here. I'm going to try to angle it up a little bit. And I don't mind if this light is pretty bright. And now I'm going to actually duplicate that light and move it over here from the side. And I'm going to make this light a bright, like orangey, I don't know, thing. Like that. But I'm going to have it flickering. Oops, not the color. The intensity. Let's have it wiggle. 7 minutes. Okay. How about? I wanted a lot of wiggle. So 20 by 300. That's practically
Miraculous
flicker.
says that you are a sheep or a goat or something, and Vision of Jeremiah says, "What's up, bro?" to you, Hashi.
Thank you, both of you. I'm going to move these lights a little bit further out so these stay lit like that. And then, okay, everyone's going to love this. I know it. Okay, so let's add some keyframes to the camera. Let's start out with this as our initial framing, and this as our secondary framing. Just a little bit of a move in and a bit of a rotation. All right, so that just gives it a little teeny bit of, we're doing that, okay? I kind of want more or different rotation on this capsule. What do we got? Let's add some Z rotation. What does that do? That's just going to be spin in the middle, right? And so I want
That
one
looks
more.
great. Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to do, let's do some effects on top of all this stuff. So let's duplicate our capsule layer. This one I'm going to have group 2 checked, but I'm going to uncheck group 1. And so that should just be the capsule itself in the front. And this one I'm going to uncheck group 2, and I'm going to call this the station, and this the capsule. So now they're coming from the same like element system basically, but they're a little bit separate. And then on top of them, I'm going to add, and let's see, what should I do? How do I want to do this? Do I want to do it in this comp, or do I want to do a different comp?
5 minutes remaining.
5 minutes. Fine. Layer, new, adjustment layer. And let's try some universe point zoom. I'm going to grab some universe point zoom. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to change the length down to a little bit shorter.
I feel like
You think shine would do better?
no, I think that's right, because you want it to be, it should be getting smaller, not wider, because trying to make it wider. But I feel like you might want to extract so you only get the brightest points first.
That's a good point.
Then screen that or add it over top.
Good
But
call.
good call on the point zoom to make it get smaller instead of bigger.
No, I agree with you on this. So let's try. Okay, we're out of time for the capsule to have its own separate thing. So now it's just going to be the station and the capsule are going to have their own thing. I'm going to duplicate this whole layer. I'm going to delete the point zoom for a second, and I'm going to do what you said, Michael. I'm going to grab the station there, and I'm going to have a copy of it. But on this copy, when I solo it, let's add a keying extract. And we'll extract everything except for these highlights in front. And hopefully these highlights in front are going to all be informed by the direction of the light here. So one of these lights I want to move a little bit further back in which direction do I want it? Because I want to make sure that I'm always getting a good frontal light situation here.
Well, in that particular instance of element, you could also add extra single source of light with the extra lighting option. But again, we only got 3 minutes, so let's just get the effect looking right first.
Okay, so let's. I'm going to change this blending mode to screen, and then I'm going to add that point zoom back. point zoom, and then let's change that direction to, whoops, direction to back this direction, and we'll change the length down like this. Yes. Okay, here we're getting it. Okay. Intensity. Let's add a fast box blur real quick. Fast. Oh, computer, work faster for me. Work faster. And, oh, maybe a matte choker. Let's put a matte choker before, let's put a fast box blur and a matte choker before the thing, and I'm going to make it a negative choke. That negative choke, if I have a few iterations of it, are going to create something thicker, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But turn the geometric softness down, maybe fewer iterations. That's less good than I wanted it to be. Let's see. So now we've got this going on.
You got less than 2 minutes. Colorize it real quick. Add some turbulence.
Right.
Get at least close.
All right. We got station, this one. Let's add some
Tritone or tint or something.
Yeah.
Make it fire.
Fire. Okay, let's see. This adjustment layer up top should maybe have the shake, the camera shake, the preset of a car mount.
1 minute and 10 seconds.
Preset. Okay, what do we got here? There we go. Okay, so now we've got some crazy shake.
Don't anybody say anything about those colors. Hashi can't help it.
I can't. I don't know what they look like. What are these colors? I don't know.
That needs to be more saturated and brighter and more yellow and less orange and less green. One of those is kind of green looking. Yeah, that's good. No, that one needs to, the middle one needs to be like orange and very saturated. Yeah. Make that. Yeah, that one. Make that one orange and very saturated.
30 seconds.
Orange and very saturated. More orange. Yeah, like that. And then make the dark one red and saturated. The darkest one. Yeah, that one. Make that one red and yeah, like that. See if that helps. Why is that coming through green like that? It's weird.
So we're doing all right. Let's see. Oh man. Oh wait. Here, what do I need? Maybe I need a large water blast in front of it.
Yeah, 7 seconds.
7 seconds. Let's see here.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Time's up.
Okay. I was trying to add in this.
That was crazily close.
Okay, so here's my. I forgot that would go back. I just wanted junk like flying through frame.
Yeah.
Like just a little bit of like stuff like that. Okay, fine, Denny Villeneuve, you win this round. But we're in somewhat of the realm. I think that what I was hoping to do when I had this split up was I was going to use the shatter effect. Because check this out. If I had shatter this with a glass back here, I could have gone, let's see, I would choose the shape of glass. And then I would dial the repetitions up a bunch, make the extrusion depth not very much. Well, actually I would for this, so probably 0.2 was fine. And then we'll put the force, the initial force that's doing the shatter right over here somewhere. And then for the physics, you could do gravity. Let's see. So the gravity is down right now.
Gravity.
So instead, we would make the gravity really high, but the gravity direction would be that direction. And then, so I would have gone with more pieces and everything like that. But let me just show you real quick that this would have totally worked. Let's see. The trick with shatter is you use it, the wireframe and forces to preview it. And when you switch back to render, what you really want are these little, where is it? Under the force, the radius to bloom out over time. So if the radius were at 0 at the beginning and then something like that, then you get this cool effect where, look at that. where things break away slowly, starting from one side to the other. So that is where I was trying to head with this, because I think if you...
Yeah, if you use a version of that below it and make the pieces really small, you'd have tiny little pieces coming off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think it would work.
I put the force in the wrong position. I wanted to put it back here by the space station, so it was like it sort of collapsed from the back forward. And you could honestly make that radius expanding like be over 4 seconds, so it would be like this.
Yeah.
So you'd start to see pieces of that
Yeah.
flitting away. So
the gravity can be a little less, but yeah.
That's true.
I see what you're doing.
Because technically it depends on what type of collision it is, because otherwise the debris would actually stay with it, huh? Unless it had enough force being hit that way.
Yeah.
Here we go. And then I'll turn this back on, and then I'll just copy my same shatter effect to it. I know I'm breaking your rules, Doctor, but I just want to see what this looks like. I want to see. I'm curious.
Can you turn off that adjustment layer with the camera shake just to see if that's what's changing the color, make it the color funky? Someone in chat suggested that.
I think it's just my tritone values are whack.
No, it's not green now.
Like that's that. Like here's my space station that I extracted the brights from, or extracted the darks from rather. I'm just getting too much random stuff on, and it's kind of getting all filled in the same color. Like there's not enough variety here, so maybe that one should be bright and that one should be more down, like that. There we go. And then if I wanted to add more...
No, I got a better idea than that.
What's that?
Go back. Undo that color change.
Okay.
Just undo it.
These tritones were all too similar in color.
Now stop. Add fractal noise.
All right.
And put that
put an overlay effect.
No. Just put fractal noise above the.
There we go.
Yeah.
And so here.
Then make it smaller and crank the contrast so you get like enough color variation to like do something.
What I think is happening is the toner is destroying that. Because the two middle values are too close. So either this has got to be like white, so you get something brighter.
Yeah, that should be white, yeah.
And then...
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, white or white adjacent.
That's more better.
And then, that's something.
Yeah, it's more better.
All right, so
we got like 6 minutes left in the show.
We do got like 6 minutes left in the show. All right.
I do have some stuff to talk about.
Let's talk about some stuff.
Once you finish your sum up. Finish your sum up, and then I'll talk. That's
true. I feel like we did all right. I don't know if the doctor is around. Doctor, were you watching the stream?
You think you're so clever with your After Effects and your bippity boop, clicky clicks, but you haven't seen the last of me, Dr. Generic. Perhaps next time, your friend Seth can come out to play. In the meantime, you can think about me every time you try to render a file, and it tries saving it to some old directory you don't really use anymore. That was me, Dr. Generic.
I feel like I need a term for someone who has a comical, evil, accented doctor scientist thing. It's a very, very generic character, but also apparently he's responsible for why whenever I try to render a file, it tries going to some old directory that I haven't used for a while in After Effects. It's very rude. Very rude of him.
Well, I'm glad we know who to blame for that little bug.
Yes. So, my goodness, I had a lot of fun today. It was a little excruciating. I appreciate all of the submissions. They were great. And I think that this time limit is, definitely too short, but that's what makes any reality timed competition better, is you give people, 60% of the time to accomplish something good, and then it becomes dramatic. So, Michael, what's going on in your world?
Oh, so I was just going to say, folks, if you have not paid attention, this Wednesday, a bunch of updates came out, not just for Cinema 4D. Pretty much every Red Giant tool got updated. Redshift updates have been out recently, and Cinema 4D. So I want to do you a quick rundown if you haven't updated to find out. There is better performance of real lens flares, especially if you have M1 chip. You'll notice the real lens flares is going to be going a lot faster for you now. Not like as fast as you might want, but way better, especially on an M1 chip. On an M1 chip specifically, it would be better. Some performance updates a little bit on other chips as well. Universe 6.1 has better support for AMD cards. So if you've got an AMD card, you should see that. Plus, of course, bug fixes on all of these. Pluralize now works with the latest version of Final Cut Pro and Vegas Pro 18 and 19 and Red Komodo. So if you use Pluralize to sync all your clips magically together, they will work better for you in Final Cut Vegas. And if you use Red Komodo, Magic Bullet 16 update brings halation and optical diffusion to Cinema 4D right inside Cinema 4D, which is handy. Particular now has time-based mapping in the layer maps in particular. So it's got all the layer map functionality that Form has had for years that you all have been clamoring for, and it is now inside Particular as well. GrowBounds utility now runs natively on M1 machines, and of course lots of bug fixes for Particular Form and some 3D stroke bug fixes as well. Redshift got bokeh depth of field in the real time. It's got black body temperature controls and the volume shading, which is neat if you're doing explosions and such. There's improved CPU performance for Redshift on CPU, and round corners is now included on CPU. So CPU and GPU are now feature identical, which is neat. Oh, and as I said, Cinema 4D, the volume builder is now faster. This uses the new OpenVDB stuff, so it's faster. There's more assets in the asset browser, more capsules in there for you. The Node UI is updated. Cloth and rope simulations cannot be influenced by the field forces, as I mentioned earlier, and there is curvature in fields, which is amazing. So there's just a huge amount of updates, considering this is not normally the time of year we give out new features and updates, but there you go.
So many things.
So many things. If you use any of the tools Maxon makes, pretty much, except for ZBrush and Forger, unless you do sculpting. But all the other tools have had a bajillion updates that came out Wednesday, so enjoy that. I have been.
That is some insanity.
Yeah.
To pull back the curtain of everything like that, putting together a show like this is a lot of work, and I want to thank Michael for all of his amazing research and help support running the show. Seth, even when he is not here, still from vacation, contributes to the show whenever he can. Thank you to my lovely and beautiful wife, Mandy, who always brainstorms ridiculous stuff with me that I'm going to broadcast myself doing. And Jason Murphy had a question about the Dr. Generic. And so stepping outside of the very, I don't want to shatter anyone's, reality here. But I'm going to, I'll quickly share, and you're welcome to go if you want. The show's practically over. But here on Twitter, if you want, you can always find and follow me, Action Movie Dad. I have a little discussion of Dr. Generic. And just to generally describe what's going on here is Dr. Generic was created by Midjourney. I put in prompts to generate a variety of evil scientist characters. Let me show the whole thread, I guess, for some visual aid. So I had been prompting Midjourney for an evil scientist with goggles. Very stereotypical kind of thing. And then I realized when I added the qualifier of N64, it gave me a much cuter, friendlier kind of face to put with this. I also needed a voice, and so I used a website called UberDuck. UberDuck has a text-to-speech function where you can grab a whole bunch of different sampled voices, and it'll put together anything based on a text prompt for you. So I can feed it the doctor's script, and it'll output it in this voice, which is pretty wild. Once I have that WAV file and the Midjourney image of one of these doctors, if they are humanoid enough that a facial detection recognition program can see their face and see their mouth, which luckily Dr. Generic fit that qualification. Let me see, I might even be able to show you what he actually looks like. Let me see. Where's his? Here we go. So here is what I feed to Midjourney right here. This was enough of a face that a facial detection system recognizes that as a face. So if you go to this it's one of the easiest collab files to use. It's called Wave to Lip, and there is a Wave to Lip demo collab. It's specifically this one. Let's see, melaflefon.ipynb. And what you do is you upload a WAV file and then you put in the wave file's exact name, including the capitals and whatnot, and then you run it, and then you can submit a picture or a video that it will run a facial recognition on, and will then return to you something like it did for me, which was this. Let's see. All right, I'm going to mute that. I don't know if the sound is playing through or not, but basically, it will take that wave file, and it's low res, but it will lip sync it to, which is crazy, and it's surprisingly good of a lip sync. So anyway, once this was back on him, I threw him into After Effects, where I ran an AI depth tool on him to get this image. And if you know your displacement map in relation to depth maps situation, you could basically use this AI extruded depth map of that original image, and if you displace it up or down, it looks a lot like a 3D perspective shift. So kind of wild. But knowing that all that I really needed to do was write a few scripts for Midjourney to generate a bunch, like too many evil scientists before I landed on this one. Feeding the script to an AI that created wave files of the dialogue for me, feeding that to Wave to Lip gave me this animated scientist, which then got animated by an AI extruded depth map and some wiggle expressions, which is wild. So basically, it's a lot of fun, and I think that it would be fun to explore in some in future cases. But thank you all so much for tuning in. We love seeing you here at VFX and Chill. This replay will live on the Red Giant channel if you want to rewatch any of this stuff. It's broadcasting to a bunch of places, but will live on the Red Giant YouTube channel. So please find and check that out. And I think that's all from me. Shall we? All right. Thank you, everyone. And we will see you next Friday.